Hey guys, what's up? We're back with some more reactions after dark, and we're of course going to be watching My Girlfriend Left Me for Her Cousin, Yikes, Confessions number 2, obviously by Stephanie Sue, that kind of rhymes. That we are continuing on with the Your Juicy's Confessions playlist, because of course, again, this is the Confessions week for Stephanie, so this is going to be continuing on to Saturday, so we'll probably get to will be confession number 4? Yeah, confession number 4 should go up on Saturday, and then we'll finally start taking a break again in between. Because again, this is just a Stephanie week, like we had the Dark Asia week as well. But yeah, I don't think I have anything to say at the beginning. We don't have anything for the hater segments. Yeah, nothing else comes to mind. This is something to talk about from yesterday, I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, duh. Like, I don't know how I didn't think about that. I was gonna be like, oh yeah, let's just get to it, but no. It is technically Thanksgiving when this video goes up. I mean, it is Thanksgiving now. It's 2 in the morning, so it's Thanksgiving, and the video obviously will still be going up on Thanksgiving, so I guess happy Thanksgiving to anyone who celebrates that. But now we can just get straight into it. As usual, we'll skip past the actual eating part.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie, and today we are back with another dun dun. Okay.
Good. We're just gonna go ahead and skip to once they get to the stories. Alright, I think we're about where we need to be. We're 8 minutes in. That's how long that took. There's a ad for ExpressVPN as well. If anyone wants to go get that from Stephanie. I don't know what her thing is. Probably just like what? ExpressVPN / Stephanie Sue or something, or Bish or whatever it is.
First confession. I've been with my fiance for 9 years now. He started balding a few years ago, and I'm a bitch, and I like to give him shit for it. Every time he pisses me off, I sign up for the Bosley Hairless mailing list, and I give them his phone number and our address. To this day, he is still perplexed as to why we get a million Bosley mailers and phone calls. That's how often he annoys me.
What's Bosley? That's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a Bosley is, I'm sure it's like one of those hair loss companies, hair transplant companies, hair growth serum companies, you know what I mean? For guys, probably.
And he's trying to get it? Every time? Oh, he doesn't want it.
Yeah, she's annoying him. It's like spam calls.
Was that it? Question mark?
Bro, why do I get so many spam calls in a day?
It's all of us.
Yeah, I guess sometimes too.
Sometimes I get like
Sometimes.
20 a day.
20 a day?
Yeah.
What are you...
I don't know if I get spam. I mean, sometimes I get a phone call randomly, but I feel like most people get way more. Like my dad gets like a lot, I think. Like at least one a day, if not several a day. But for me, it's just like, no. I mean, I don't really use my phone to begin with, but I think it's besides the point. They can, if those people want to find you, they'll just find you and start spamming you. But I feel like I get like 1 a week, if not like 1 a month, if that. So I think I'm kind of lucky. Now that I said that, though, you know, Google is going to tell everybody to come spam my phone with calls now. Question mark, because you know, your computer, your phone, whatever is always listening to you, so you never know what's going to happen from what you say out loud. Sometimes I feel like they can even hear what you're thinking, question mark. Because I swear I've like been thinking some stuff before, and then all of a sudden it's on the computer. I was like, okay, that's not suspicious at all.
What are you doing?
Have you ever picked them up and they're like, it's like the Chanel store? No. And it's an ad. I have to be a little bit sensitive to this one because Dun-Dun's here. What if you just got a bunch of hair transplant mailers, right?
I'll be super annoyed.
I just have a question.
I'm thinking.
I know. No, I just have a question though.
Yeah.
This is really random. So let's say you're dating this girl and she's like your soulmate. She's the love of your life, or at least you think so. Like you guys get along, everything's perfect. And suddenly every time that you go on the internet, everything is like an engagement ring ad. You know, your YouTube ad is like an engagement ring ad. You go onto Reddit, you get these engagement ring ads. Just fucking engagement rings everywhere. Do you feel like that's, you know, something giving you a sign to propose? Like what's the vibe?
Is there actual ads for that? I mean, there's ads for jewelry, but I don't know if I've actually seen an ad like that. I'm not going to say what she's saying, just so that I don't get spammed with those kind of ads, but I don't know if I've seen an ad like that, outside of it just being a straight jewelry ad, you know, for rings, but not specifically for that.
And we share the same laptop, right?
No. Maybe she sometimes uses yours though.
Oh, then.
I mean, of course, I mean, if you just look that up 100,000 times on your computer, that's everything will probably be that kind of ad. So that's all she would have to do. But still,
Sure, it's a sign.
It's a sign what?
It's definitely a sign for you to propose.
For you to propose.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if we're sharing a computer, right, and there's an ad, that means someone looked it up. Usually.
So that means the girl wants to get engaged. And you're gonna propose.
Later, yeah. I'm not ready for marriage right now.
You're not ready for marriage right now?
Nah.
Why not? What's wrong with
Damn.
isn't he? Wouldn't he be single? Is he not single right now? Why do you think is he not ready for marriage? You need to be in a relationship for a while before you can get married. Like, hello? You can't just like meet somebody and immediately get married. I mean, I'm assuming she doesn't mean that, but
Damn.
Nothing's wrong with marriage.
Yeah.
I
When
just
do you think you'll be ready?
Like when I'm 30. Yeah. I want to marry later.
oh, he's not 30. Okay, I was saying I thought he was 30 the other day, but I guess he's not 30. This was 3 years ago, so maybe he's 30 now.
But I do want to date. Does that make sense? Yes.
Yeah.
See, he's not with anybody, so of course he doesn't want to get married. You got to be in a relationship for a while first.
Confession number 2. This one's a long one. I hope it's juicy. Are you ready? I unintentionally had my best friend kicked out of school. So one day in school, my best friend and I were just studying for the exam when I told my friend that I'll be using a cheat sheet. She told me to stop because of my good reputation. But I told her that I forgot to study last night because I ate 3 melatonin gummies and didn't realize that it was way too much for me. So it's time for the exam. Me and my best friend were sitting next to each other and I was just doing my thing, sneaking at my cheat sheet, and when the cheat sheet fell beside my friend's bag while she was getting something out of her bag, one of our classmates shouted, "Oh my god, you have a cheat paper," while pointing at the paper. So
What kind of freaking classmate is that?
Yeah, like what the heck? How many people would like do that in class? I don't know if I would do that if I saw someone cheating, question mark, in class. I would not say anything. Maybe? I don't know. I don't think I would have done that. Just like screaming out loud, "You're cheating." I don't think I've seen anyone do that. Like anyone just call someone out for cheating.
that's an L. Like, if.
That's an L classmate.
That's
That's a snitch.
First of all, who even does that? If that's not even. I don't even think I'd do that for someone I don't like.
I don't
oh
know.
really?
Though there's the argument to be made that they're only like someone who's cheating is only hurting themselves because they're not going to actually learn what they're supposed to be learning at this college. 'Cause she was taking melatonin gummies, so I'd assume this is an adult, not a child. I don't know if child are going to be around eating melatonin. But if this college, it would be even worse because like you're studying for a career path, and if you're cheating to complete that career path, once you actually get put into that career, you're not going to know anything because you didn't learn, you didn't study, you just cheated your way to we'll say winning, or you just cheated your way to winning. Yeah, it's school. It's like I don't know how this is going to turn out for that guy, but isn't there a guy who admitted to not doing any work whatsoever in college? He just used ChatGPT or whatever. So he just used AI to get a good score in college and actually graduated off of ChatGPT. So it's like, okay, like what career did you pick, and are you just screwed now? Or are you just going to use ChatGPT to like do your career for you as well? And then at that point, if we're just allowing that to happen, then what's the point of studying or working or doing anything at all if we're just going to use AI to cheat our way through school and then cheat our way at our job, right? Like, what's even the point? We might as well just all become the Wally humans at this point. If you know what I'm talking about. I mean, I feel like we're on our way to a Wally scenario, but if we're just going to allow that already, we might as well just get it over with. It just become Wally balloons at this point. I don't know what they're called. You know what I'm talking about. If you've seen the movie Wally, the humans, well, it's spoilers if you haven't seen Wally. Which, since Wally's such a good movie, I'm not going to further explain what I mean by that. If you haven't seen it, I'll just bring up Idiocracy, because Idiocracy actually is like a social commentary on humanity. We'll talk about Idiocracy. Like, we're just running towards an Idiocracy scenario where humanity is just dumb. Because Idiocracy makes more sense, because Wally's more about, like, gluttony and sloth, etc. behaviors, where I think Idiocracy is actually humanity becoming dumber and dumber and dumber from like just the paths that we end up taking. So if we're just heading towards an idiocracy scenario, which again I think we are, might as well just get it over with. If we're going to allow someone to literally graduate from college by not doing any work whatsoever and just using AI to do all the work for him, and then you'd assume he would do the same thing for his job because he literally didn't learn anything in college. The AI did everything for him, unless he just ends up flipping burgers, right? Because he didn't do anything. You would hope they'd be like, okay, wait, never mind, we revoke your diploma, but I don't know if they can do that or not. Can they just take your college degree away? At this point, now that AI is a problem, I don't know. Anyways, long tangent for nothing.
No, because the whole class suffers. Because they're going to be on everybody's
That
ass
is
from
true,
now on.
that is true.
So you actually suffer. You get nothing out of it. The teachers are just going to be more paranoid. And it's not just going to be the teacher that caught it. It's going to be all the teachers. You know they're going to have an administrative teacher email chat, you know? And everyone's like, we got to get our shit together. This is what I have found. And then they're going to be like, hell yeah, let's be dictators. These kids, that's what's going to happen. So really, nobody gets anything out of it. Not one person. And she said, our teacher told my best friend to go with her to guidance. And I forgot to tell you, my best friend's reputation is really bad. She's known to be a bad bitch. Well, let's just say teachers didn't really like her. The next thing I know, I was also called into the guidance and I saw the principal standing there. And that's when I knew I fucked up. My best friend told them that I was the owner of the paper, knowing my parents will be mad if I told them it wasn't me. No, knowing my parents will be mad, I told them it wasn't me.
Wow.
Oof, couldn't take the hit for your friend. You actually just threw your friend under the bus. Because them getting called out in class, they kind of got thrown under the bus for it. And then now you, not willing to admit that it was your paper, just further throwing under the bus. Like, oof. It's like, I'm assuming they're not friends anymore. Because, like, come on, how do you get your friend expelled? Or how do you let your friend expel you from school and not just hate them forever?
Wow.
Bruh.
I will be so mad.
And that's your best friend.
Because now we got, like, extra complications. Because what if the person's parents does not believe that they believe him, like, right? So now not only did you get your friend kicked out of a school, they also have to deal with their parents possibly never believing that they were innocent.
Not anymore.
You know what's crazy? We just asked him. We were like, hey, what happens if your best friend fucks your sister? I don't know why. Literally, as I was
Like out of randomly, dude.
as I was setting this up.
And his sister is Jen Jen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And his best friend, I'm just kidding. And so we were like, yeah, what happens if your best friend, like your best bud,
Oh, we're gonna have
fucks
like a
your
10-hour talk.
sister?
10-hour talk.
Yeah, and then
It depends on the friendship, right? Question mark. Just anecdotally, is that how you say that word? Anecdote, but like anecdotally. In middle school, was he like my best friend? I guess he was. In middle school, kind of someone who was like my friend or best friend. I did kind of date his sister at one point. It wasn't like long. It wasn't even serious. I don't know if I can even count it, but I did date his sister, and it was like, oh yeah, he said something like I know you're a good guy, so like I am fine with you being with her, or like you're good for her, or something like that. You know, something like nice like that. So I feel like if you're cool with your friends, like actual seriously, then I feel like they wouldn't really care. I mean, unless you're a piece of trash and they know you're a piece of trash, but they're still your friend anyways, well then maybe they won't want you to do that. But this is also middle school too, so there's a lot of, you could argue there's a lot of maturity there with that on his end to be like, yeah, I don't have any problem with it because I know you're a good guy, right? So kudos to him. Again, this was like very short lived, so it didn't really matter anyways, but still, just anecdote there for that kind of thing. I mean, there's more for that, even like a high school's kind of a similar scenario, but we're not going to get into that one.
he said, like, we'll talk it out, you know?
Definitely sending him to therapy.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Why? He needs therapy for what?
Better choices. For sure.
And then she said the principal agreed that it wasn't me because I was a great student. My best friend shouted and attacked me, and that's when the principal shouted that she would be kicked out of school. So yeah.
Well, I'm guessing maybe because of the violence on top of the cheat sheet. It wasn't just the cheat sheet. It was the assault. Yeah, oof. Is she even going to feel guilty about that? You feel like you might feel guilt about that for the rest of your life, but maybe she just doesn't care. But she is admitting to it here, so maybe she does feel guilty. I don't know.
Wow. And she got kicked out.
Yeah, this one is
That makes me mad.
What if you say it was your paper? Then you're gonna get kicked out. Your parents are gonna kill you.
Yeah, that's not my paper.
Yeah, but I don't think it was just the paper. I think it was the fact that it was a paper on top of nobody believing her and sending her into a rage to actually attack the writer of the story. It wasn't just the paper.
What is that paper? I don't know what that paper is. I've never seen that paper before.
I'm sorry to this paper. I don't know this man.
I'm not ready to die yet. I mean, if I'm getting kicked out of school,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna die by my parents, I have to do that. Sorry, yeah, I'm L. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, would you not?
No. I don't want to make it seem like I'm like morally above these people, these crazy people over here. It's mainly because I suck at blatantly lying. I can do white lies, but when I do blatant lies, when I'm looking into the eyes of someone and it's so obvious that I'm lying, and like if someone is sitting there and they fucking know the truth, I can't do it. Like I can't just sit there and give you a different.
But you're gonna
narrative.
get kicked out of school.
Yeah.
And die by your parents.
Yeah, and then I think what would happen is like I'd get kicked out of school, I'd come home and I'd be like, I should have freaking lied. I'm such an idiot. I should have freaking lied. And then I'd be like so upset with myself. So the next story, we'll call her Kay. And you can call me Sean. We're the same age. We're both Korean and we're currently 26 years old. Same bits. Hello, Kay.
26, 3 years ago? I could have sworn they're 30 now, but I guess technically, yeah, I guess it could be 30. Maybe they just turned 27 and then plus a 3 on top of that.
Hey, hello, Sean. So Kay was my best friend in elementary school and middle school, and we drifted a lot in high school due to her having constantly staying at home. Like she was just a person with a really weak immune system. She eventually went back to school consistently in our 3rd year of high school, so junior year. She's feeling a lot better now and just wasn't as sick as often. Junior year was usually filled with a lot of stress and tests because this is when we would take our SAT exams in hopes of making it into a good college. So we got closer again and talked quite often. She often told me that she felt lonely and she found it hard to make and retain friendships with anyone because she was never able to go out since she was so sick all the time. And the some friends that she would make, they would eventually abandon her because she was never able to hang out with them. And we all know how cruel and rude high school cliques can be. So we would start FaceTime each other every day and sleep at 3 a.m. because we'd be giggling about dumb crushes we had or making up these like what if situations and teasing each other, and I found myself kind of liking her. She was just always there for me when I went through heartbreaks and through my most painful moments. She always knew how to cheer me up. She was also always there to celebrate alongside me during all of my accomplishments. Our relationship was straightforward but also complicated. She treated me like one of her girlfriends, and she didn't have money, so she trusted me with everything. We stayed close.
Okay, so where is this gonna go? Also, I kind of was that guy. The guy who was like one of the girls. Where is this going to go? Because this is a confession, right? This guy's gonna have to hope that he isn't, like his girlfriend doesn't watch this, because they're together right now, right? That's what he said. So, what is this confession? Like, I feel like we're about to have a bomb dropped.
For a long time, even when we went to different colleges. I went to NYU and she went to a community college in Northern California. We were a few thousand miles away.
This is like a love story of
That's
voting.
what I'm saying. And I just know it's about to get good because the minute that you said NYU, I was like, give me that storytelling bits. Okay? And then we were thousands of miles away, yet we still kept in contact here and there. I still had feelings for her, but I never felt like she felt the same way because she treated me like she did all of her other friends. There was never any special movie movement, and I never wanted to get my hopes up just to be disappointed. I moved on, and I focused heavily on my education. Okay, well, it's getting a lot. I was majoring in business management, and she majored in psychology. It felt like our paths, we were never gonna cross anytime soon. Then one day, our 2nd year of college, she told me she got a boyfriend, and they'd been talking for months now. He was 6'1" and a well-dressed Korean man.
So your boyfriend was 6'1"?
Yes. Okay, listen, I'm not saying you're 6'1", but how fucked up would it be if like one day I get a confession and it has something to do with us, like actually personally to do with us? Because you know how recently, your dad got into a car accident or something. Someone's like, I got into this car accident. It's like this whole storytelling spiel about how they got into the car, they were getting drunk, then they got into this accident, and at the end it was like the car in front of me was
Grandpa.
Mr. Mango Butt's dad and Grandpa Mango. Can you imagine? I
Like
would
what part
freaking
of the
die.
story?
Yeah, just like I would
Bruh.
die. I don't know why I thought about that. On the 6'1" well-dressed man, I'm like, is it you? I'm just kidding. You are none of those, but that's what it is.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So she was ecstatic and she felt like the happiest she had ever been. And I was happy for her, I felt like after all the hardships she had been through her whole life, she deserved to be happy.
I still don't know where this is going because we haven't got any indicator of how bad this could be or how like nothing this is going to be. Also, I just want to like interject because nothing crazy is happening, so I think I can interject without ruining the mood. I don't know what this is. And they might have said fish cake, but I don't know if this is fish cake or they were talking about something else. This green puce color is just like, it's so ew. Like maybe it's delicious. Like she was loving this, I think, when they were eating, but like, it just looks so gross. Like if this was like a Mexican dish and this was like some sort of guacamole, then maybe I would be like, okay, cool. Like I wouldn't even bat an eye, but like because I don't know what this is, this green color is just Jesus Christ.
it didn't stop the pain from still stinging a bit, and that was when I realized I still had feelings for her. I don't know what was it. I don't know what it was in me. Maybe it was the pre-adult angst or just heartbrokenness, but I felt so vengeful. Okay, that took a turn. I felt so vengeful. I liked her and she was so far out of reach. I did not want to see her unhappy, but I felt unhappy. It felt so unfair. So I decided to do something. Something I would somewhat regret, but at the same time, satisfied with. So she has a sister. She has an older sister who's 2 years older than us, and she was painfully gorgeous. The pretty genes must run in their family. We will call her sister Rie. I come back to our hometown in Northern California for the summer, and I reached out to Rie to hang out. We hung out back then, but only when I was with Kay and her sister would be home. We spent a lot of, the summer together, now going to these various music festivals, and we even smoked weed together a couple of times. Kay was aware of this, but she still was on vacation with her boyfriend most of the summer, so she never really said anything. But it was all very PG, and Rie, just saw me as this childhood friend. But during the second to last week of summer, before I went back to New York, she had confessed to me that she thought I was very good looking and that we should remain in contact when I left. I agreed. I thought she was really pretty and I liked her personality, but I kind of found it fuzzy because whether I actually liked her or did I only convince myself to like her out of vengeance for Kay getting with someone that wasn't me. On the last day, before I left, I had informed her I did not know when I would come back to the city because flights were expensive and I was broke at the time, since I was paying off my student loans by myself. Damn, Sean. And NYU's not cheap. She wanted to have sex before I left. Okay, whoa. She wanted to have sex before I left.
Just out of nowhere.
Out of here.
And we were both sober, by the way, and it was pretty intense. I felt bad after because at this point in my life, my motives and my feelings were unclear, and I was never the type to be this vindictive person. I left for New York the next morning, and we spent quite a bit of time calling each other throughout the fall season, and Kay ended up hitting me up to FaceTime, and she asked if I was talking to Rie. I admitted to her that we were indeed talking and had been the entire summer. She seemed a bit apprehensive and distant. I couldn't tell if she was trying to be aggressive, or if she just felt like, she changed in general because of her relationship, but I didn't think much of it. I laid in bed one night, and I was thinking to myself, did I really just fuck her sister out of spite because I was upset about what happened with my relationship with Kay? I fucked her sister. There was no going back from this. And at this point, Kay felt further and further and further away from me. I felt really conflicted, and I didn't know if I wanted to continue pursuing Rie. Did I still have feelings for Kay? It never felt good or right. Then I found out the dumbest shit I had ever heard, and I couldn't stop laughing.
The dumbest? Huh? I don't even know where this is gonna go. Because all I could be thinking this entire time is that, the other girl didn't actually have a boyfriend, ? And it was also just some sort of jealousy ploy.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
What does that mean? What's the dumbest shit? Okay, what do you think is happening? Can we take a guess? I have an idea.
Oh, Kay doesn't have a boyfriend. Kay's trying to spy him the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought from the get-go. I just didn't say it, but now that we have that, everyone's on the same page, it seems.
What?
Trying to get him to do something. Because,
But he couldn't stop laughing. He shouldn't be laughing.
Because it's almost like, how I laugh in really uncomfortable
Okay,
situations?
so maybe he's like, okay, so I still have a chance with Kay. So he's laughing like, ha ha ha, I was so
No,
dumb.
I think he has no chance with Kay, and he's laughing out of like, this is so fucking dumb, like I fucked everything up, I ruined my life, and at that point, all you can do is laugh because it's so oyopso, right? I don't know the English word for it, it just means so ridiculous that all you can do
Wait, what? That's weird for her to say she doesn't know the word in English. I don't think I've ever heard her say that.
is laugh. Yeah, it's like, oyopso, right? Well, let's find out. But I did feel bad for her. Rie had told me that during a big wedding on their cousin's side, it was discovered that Kay and her 6'1" huncho, who was her date to the wedding, were related?
Okay, so this is the cousin story. My girlfriend left me for her cousin. Yikes. Is this misleading, this title then? Because it's not like they were ever together, ?
What?
Say what now?
You're telling me she had been fucking her cousin.
Yo, can you stay away for like
6 months.
that makes me like
That makes me want
Isn't that just a joke? Insert Sweet Home Alabama.
to freaking die.
that's so weird.
How did they not know that they were related? Or did they know that
Like
they
a
were related?
distant cousin, maybe?
But they didn't know.
I'm assuming.
Oh,
So
no.
maybe K-drama.
Maybe they haven't talked forever. And
Like
forever.
K-drama, you know?
Yeah,
like
K-drama,
they're always related.
K-drama always does something
I
crazy.
thought he wasn't freaking existing. Turns out he exists way too close to the family tree. How are they related?
Wow.
Also, what's up with the K-dramas doing that weird shit, bro?
I'll ask the director. Dude, I wonder how she felt.
I would literally,
Yeah, like I was not expecting this to be the cousin story. It didn't make any sense for this to be the cousin story.
realizing it.
I don't know what I would do. I think I would jump off
So
something.
what if it turned out I'm your cousin, babe?
No. Disgusting stuff. I can't even look at you.
Yo.
Thank God you're not even Korean.
So what would that be? I'm your cousin too?
Yeah, we're all cousins.
Hey.
I mean, I think it doesn't really matter if he's Korean or not. He can still be your cousin, right? Depending on who is with who.
Hey! Like, I don't even know if I could ever mentally repair from something like that. I would have to seek therapy.
So you think we're gonna break up?
Yes, absolutely. Are
But
you kidding me? That's disgusting.
But you guys will
After
still see
8
each other.
years?
No, we're done. I would immediately break up with you. I
After
can't
8
do it.
years?
Ew, disgusting.
After all the thick and through and
Yeah,
thickums
no.
and skinny
What?
legends that we went through?
No.
Damn.
Ew,
He's having a mental breakdown right now.
ew, no. Just even the thought of it, I
I
can
mean, she is too, but they're in like different spectrums of mental breakdown.
never look at you the same. I can never treat you the same if I found out that we were somehow related. I would need
Hey,
to
but
cleanse my
let's
soul.
let's talk about it. I think like thousands of years ago, we're all related. Come on.
True.
Yeah, but thousands of years.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I guess, but like it's you can argue that it's so diluted now that it doesn't matter. But especially if we want to go like the Adam and Eve route, where everyone came from just those two people somehow. Again, whether you believe that or not, I guess it depends on just what you think. If you think that's a true, well then yeah, everyone's related because everyone had the same ancestors at that point. Or if it's just the monkeys, then I don't know where. Like, how would that turn out? The monkeys into the Neanderthals and the Homo sapiens. Like, can everyone be related at that early of a junction? Like enough Homo sapiens, like there's not enough Homo sapiens around, so they're just interbreeding with each other enough to the point where like everyone technically now is related. I don't know. I think you can try to make an argument like that, but I don't know. The same thing with not the same thing. That's not what I was going to say. It like kind of goes in line with where I have mentioned before. Or have I mentioned this before? Where well, I'll get further into it. Where I feel like there's, if you look at enough people or you spend enough time alive, and you've seen enough people, they all end up falling into like an archetype, like facially wise, like the facial features, because even maybe their body type. Because I feel like I've seen too many people who look similar to each other, just only slight differences, like percentile differences from each other. Thinking like the way the face looks, maybe even like their weight, but they're completely different people, completely unrelated to each other, but they just fit into an archetype. And it's just like, why is there so many people who look exactly the same? Why is there so many people who sound the same? I think especially in like I was gonna say in the like VTuber scene, like specifically like the girls in VTuber. There's more girls doing VTubing as far as I know than guys, right? But that could just be chalked up to them specifically putting on a voice that just sounds like everybody else. But I feel like not even that. 'Cause some girls, you would hear them and they're like, no, this is just an archetype again, like I'm talking about. It's just the exact same personality and the exact same cadence to their voice. And it doesn't sound like they're putting on a voice. It's just, this is just who they are. So it's like, why is there so many people who sound exactly the same, look exactly the same, act exactly the same? I think it's just chalked up to society, but you can also come to the realization that just look at animals. We are an animal at the end of the day, and most animals look exactly the same to the next one, and then the next one after that, in their like breed or species, right? And it's just like weird that we all look so different from each other. But then if you take a bigger lens out and you're like, wait, hold on a second, a lot of people actually look like other people, and that could just be chalked up to we're animals, and that's just how animals look. They all look the same.
It was actually appropriate for kings and queens to just marry each other and sisters and brothers and cousins because they were trying to keep it.
Yeah, because now we're getting to royalty. Like, isn't that just? I don't know how they didn't get too messed up from that, since they were just constantly marrying into the family, right, over and over and over and over again. So I don't know how royalty came out looking okay still, or still being okay with not too many mutations or whatever happens from inbreeding like that. That's always been kind of weird. I'm assuming it did happen.
Pure. This is disgusting.
So what happened? That's it?
No, she'd been her cousin for the last 5 to 6 months. Are you serious? I thought this was a joke. It was unbelievable, and it felt like a movie plot, but it was real, too real. Kay reached out to me, heartbroken, and I talked her through her sorrows. I felt bad. I fucked her sister, and she fucked her own cousin. I guess their genes were too good. I can't believe this happened, and I vowed to take this damn story to the grave. But I saw this opportunity to give you a potential good laugh. So here you go. We're currently living our own lives, and I broke things off with Rie. I told Rie the truth, and I opened up to her about my confusion and of my intents of getting with her. And she was sad, and I knew it wouldn't have ended nicely, but I tried my best. But I knew I wouldn't be able to mend the damage in her heart.
Dang.
Bro, what the? It gets juicy.
Okay, so he's with someone else now, right? Because he broke up with Rie, and then he can't do anything about K. So I was confused at the beginning. I thought at the beginning he said he was with someone, but maybe he wasn't with them, or maybe I just misheard the beginning of this story.
Juicier and juicier and juicier.
I am not close to either Kay or Rie anymore, but I see them on social media making big moves in their career, and from a distance, I'm proud of them. And I hope they'll find happiness in their lives. I made decisions I regret, and I will have to live with this for the rest of my life. Ah!
Wait, is she still with the cousin though?
No! That's a plot twist. They're married.
Plot twist. She's married a cousin.
Ah! That's so disgusting.
And what if Zendaya is your cousin?
Like, okay, but she's not like a cousin like me. She's my other cousin from my side. So she's my
Oh.
mom's.
Oh, that's not that bad. Because technically we're not related.
Hold
Cousin?
on, I need to call my sister. She knows shit like this.
Not
Hi,
related.
I have a quick question, sister. So let's say Dan is dating. Would that be incest or not?
No.
No,
No.
so we're
But
good.
they're still cousins.
But they're still like second cousins or something, right?
So is that okay?
I mean, morally, no, but genetic-wise, yes.
Okay, then you're in the clear.
No.
He's in the clear to date. That's what my sister's getting from this, okay? He's in the clear to date my cousin Harrison.
Yo, I can't though.
All right, this is the last story. I ended up hooking up with a customer. I, male, was 18 at the time, working at Home Depot, and I was so new at the time, and this was my first week, and I was alone on the floor. I worked at the garden department, and we were starting to see a bit more customers since spring was right around the corner. I was working the early shift, 8 till 4:30. Usually in the morning, we aren't that busy, so I was just doing my usual job, restocking aisles. That's when I saw this older woman with a black floral sundress in one of the aisles. I approached her, and I asked if
Okay, what is this, a cougar moment? I'm assuming that's where this is going. A cougar scenario.
she needed any help. She said yes and asked how to take care of roses and carnations, what was the best time to plant them, etc. I helped her pick the dirt that she would need and all of that. This feels very sexual. I don't know why. Like, I've been to the garden section at Home Depot and it's not sexual, but the way that you're describing it is sexual. While I was helping her get the things that she needed, that she would need for her garden, we're talking, and at first it's pretty basic small talk, but slowly it gets a little more flirtatious. After taking
How old is the woman?
an older woman. That's what he said. I don't know. After taking to checkout, I asked if she would need help loading all of her items into her car. She said that would be great, and we headed
I mean, at 18, anything could be an older woman. Mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s, beyond, so... This woman could literally just be like 25.
to her car. Once I loaded all the items into her vehicle, I asked to see her receipt. I do the normal, thank you for choosing Home Depot, talk and mention the URL link to our customer survey at the bottom of the receipt. I wrote my name at the end of the receipt so she knew it, and then I say, if you like, I can also write my number just in case you need anything else from me. And she immediately said no to the phone number, but instead gave me her email.
What?
Wait, so how old is she? Either she doesn't like you or she's really old. I thought that this was her way of rejecting me, but I still gave her my email. Later at 4:30, I was checking my phone after work and I noticed I had an email notification. It was from her. I could tell it was from her since her email had her name in it. So the first email that she sent me was a simple, hey, I hope this is blank from Home Depot. I replied back with a picture of me and said, yes, it is me. And I was surprised that she actually sent me an email.
Damn, they're flirting already.
Yes! She replied
found
back
her email.
with a
Read.
picture of herself as well and explained that she didn't want her husband to know about me.
Oh, that,
Oh, well, uh-oh. I mean, if she's a cougar, I mean, it makes sense that she has a husband, right?
I thought she would be like this lonely, maybe a widow, maybe just someone who never got married. But your husband? The whole time we talked, sending pics back and forth to one another, our conversations are starting to get more flirtatious. She asked me when was my next day off. I told her I had Wednesday off, and she was glad that it was during the weekday since no one would be home until the late afternoon.
Okay, well, that's already dangerous. You're already going towards homewrecker territory.
Rita meet up at Starbucks close to her house at 8 a.m. and see how things go from there. Wednesday arrives, and I head to the Starbucks that we agreed to meet at. I sat down at one of the tables with the coffee that I had ordered. A couple minutes go by. I hear an unfamiliar voice. Asked if the seat next to me was taken. It was her, in this lavender dress. I said no, and she sat down next to me. We talked for a little bit and messed around a little under the table.
wait, what does that mean?
What does that mean? Footsies or advanced footsies?
No.
No way.
Honey, can you stop messing with the boogie?
But how's that possible? It's in public.
I know.
Like, people will see.
Yeah, Denton, I know, it's crazy.
Unless he's really good with No, I'm never gonna do that.
Imagine Zendaya wants you to do that.
Yo, Tom Holland might be watching.
So we messed around a little bit under the table. After we finished our coffee, she asked if I wanted to go back to her place. I say yes, and I follow her to her house. And as soon as we get into her house, we're both all over each other. I won't go into detail, but we did end up in her bed. We kept meeting up for 5 months until she had a pregnancy scare. Okay, so she's not
Oof. Also, he's a homewrecker, question mark.
60. God, he was 18, so an older woman could be
Maybe 30.
25.
25?
She took a pregnancy test, and it came positive 2 weeks later. She went to the doctor, and the doctor told her it was a false positive.
Oh.
This is when reality hit me, and after that, I had to cut it off. This woman was 45 years old.
God damn.
Oof. Yeah, extreme cougar.
Hey. 18 with the 45. Let's go.
Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. I think the biggest age gap we know is 20 years.
It's almost 3 decades.
Yeah, 3
Dang.
decades is a lot. All right, the next one. I f***ed my boyfriend's favorite teacher out of spite and got
More spite?
caught. I hope I have your attention. The full story is actually even worse and has several plot twists, but it's kind of long. A 4-minute read. I put headers if you want to skip around. Okay, 1. How my ex and I met his teacher. My ex, let's call him Alec, is a musician who idolized this other musician. Let's call him Mickey, the musician. In August 2021, Alec and I went to one of Mickey's concerts and happened to run into him right outside the venue. Alec introduced himself and me to Mickey, and we talked for a little bit. To be honest, I was feeling Mickey from the very first meeting, but obviously I'm with someone, Alec, right? Anyway, Alec asked Mickey to be his piano teacher / mentor, and Alec was saying for months how cool it was to meet another Asian jazz pianist in Los Angeles and how much he looked up to him and how great of a mentor he was.
Well, that seems like a very small circle
Yeah.
of people.
Listen,
so
I will be
Asian
Googling.
jazz pianist in Los Angeles.
Pianist.
Pianist.
Yeah, he said pianoist.
I figured there's probably 2 of them.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly. So which one did you fuck? Have you f***ed the other one? Are they good with their hands? Don't answer that. What the heck?
Super fast.
Have you seen the TikTok of the cat going around?
Okay.
Yo, that's super fast. Yo, that's super fast, right? Yeah, I gotta beat Charlie, please. Please. You gotta send me that.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. I'm guessing like the more you tap, the more like cat changes? Question mark. Is that what it is?
That was super fast. I've never seen anything like that. Not even trolling.
So anyways, chapter 2. The breakup. Fast forward to October, Alec broke up with me out of nowhere after 2 years. Even worse, he said he expected me to do it first because he treated me so poorly. So out of sadness and anger, I jokingly told my friends, I'm gonna fuck Mickey to get back at him. I never thought it would happen because I hadn't seen Mickey since the concert in August. How I reconnected with Mickey 4 months after the breakup? Guess who likes me on Hinge? This is what
Okay, hold on. What if the twist is that her ex had relations with Mickey too? Like everyone had relations with Mickey.
I call manifestation, you know what I mean? The secret or whatever you call it. Mickey, he remembered me. He asked me if Alec and I had broken up and I said yes. And Mickey promptly asked me out. Now here's the next plot twist. I baited Mickey into matching with me. Wait, what? Wait, what? She said, I saw his profile the week before, but I didn't know if he would remember me after one meeting. So I went and took new photos and set my radius to 1 mile every time I was in his neighborhood so that I would keep popping up on his Hinge stack.
Dang.
My first date with Mickey, another big ass plot twist. So we go on our first date, and turns out Mickey was absolutely lovely and everything Alec wasn't. Mickey was much more accomplished. He had thousands of followers and Spotify listeners. He was an actual touring musician. He was taller, had better hair, funnier, more open-minded, manlier, and yes, he had a bigger penis.
How do you even know that though?
Dang.
Okay.
So after our date, he invites me back to his house to hang out. No, literally, he was a gentleman. When I walk in, I hear a huge ass gasp. Right in front of me was a man I had matched with weeks before matching with Mickey. Not only were they roommates, but they were bandmates and best friends too.
Wow.
What do you mean match? Did you just match or did you meet up and then, really match? Question mark. So you're just gonna end up having relations with the entire band just casually or what? Because I thought the twist, not in a million years, but I thought it would be funny if the twist was that her ex also had relations with Mickey and everyone is just having relations with Mickey.
Dang.
See, this is why people, if you live in LA for too long, they keep telling you LA is small, and you think that it wouldn't feel small because, there's so many people there, it's such a big around space, unlike New York. But, when there's only 3 Asian jazz pianists, and you 2 of them, it's gonna get small. And I say that with love and respect. I am almost jealous. After seeing the cat thing, I'm actually jealous, okay? So not only were they roommates, but they were best friends. The friend was really awkward about it, but Mickey was cool with it. So Mickey and I, we kept seeing each other, and I was spending the night multiple times a week. I had a toothbrush and my favorite shirt at his place, so needless to say, it was going well, until we got caught. Chapter, how I knew I was caught. One day, I noticed that 2 people had unfollowed me on Insta. The first one was Mickey's roommate, who apparently couldn't handle seeing me and Mickey together, because he still had feelings for me the week we talked on Hinge. The 1 week that they talked on Hinge, get a grip, bro, get a grip. I'm just kidding. The other one was Alec, who had not only unfollowed me, but also blocked me and deleted all of our photos. I played dumb and I texted him, hey, I thought we were on good terms, are you mad at me? And days later, he calls me and cusses me the fuck out for 2 hours. How Alec found out, he saw
Why would you stay on the phone with 2 hours with him if he's berating you? Question mark.
my car on his street because plot twist, Mickey and Alec are now neighbors. Bro, they live 15 houses apart, which I had known this entire time. Now I drive a very generic car, like a white Jeep Wrangler, so how did Alec know it was mine? True.
I'm almost on the point where, is this not fake rage bait like the last story, the last video? But I don't know, it seems fine. so far, outside of the fact that she said that Mickey was better than the other guy in every single facet. I was like, okay, that seems a bit exaggerated, but sure. But I don't think this is out of the realm of being real yet. Though, I mean, them living next to each other is kind of crazy.
You don't know how many white Jeep Wranglers you'll see in LA. It's a bajillion. He memorized my license plate number. I don't even know my own license plate number. What the actual fuck? He said he saw my car in the evening and the next morning and knew that I was having a, it definitely wasn't a girl's sleepover, a little slumber party. So the aftermath. So in this 2-hour conversation, which I recorded, LOL, Alec basically shits on me for dating his piano teacher and said he's devastated that every time he drives by his house, he's gonna think of me face down, ass up on Mickey's bed. As you fucking should, Alec. As you fucking should. You should be thinking about that just anytime. You drive anywhere or just sit there, you eat your breakfast cereal. Just think about it, you dumb bitch.
Wait, what?
We don't like Alec. He was mean. He was freaking rude. He broke up with her and said, I thought you should have broken up with me first because of how poorly I treated you. Why are you treating people poorly?
Isn't that, at least self-reflective, though? To be like, yeah, I'm a bad person. Why didn't you break up with me? Question mark. Not necessarily like that, but again, like if he knows he's bad and he was expecting her to leave him, at least he knows that he's a bad person? Question mark. And what if he's leaving her because he knows that he's bad and so he's doing her a favor? Question mark. Question mark. I don't know.
Huh, Alec? And he was also mad at himself because he's the one that introduced us. Now, here's how shitty Alec is. I get blocked, deleted from his Instagram grid, cursed out, yet he still follows Mickey and said nothing to him. Smells like sexism to me, sis. Honestly, I don't mean this in the harsh way, because I know you're hot, okay? Face up, ass down, no matter what you're doing, I know you're hot. But maybe Alec wants Mickey. Have you thought about that, you know?
Well, I said that like an hour ago, so...
Other great plot twist.
Exactly. And she's like, then another one. He also asked me to ask Mickey if he would still give him piano lessons. Alec is truly trash. He says I ruined his music career by taking away his link to the LA jazz scene, which is kind of true because Mickey shut him out after he yelled at me and realized it was an abusive relationship. Then that's Alec's fault. No, like if you're an abuser, I'm sorry, and people don't want to work with you, that's not her fault. Like what the hell? But Mickey wouldn't have cared had Alec not blocked me and cursed me out because now he just looks like this crazy jealous person. I know I seem like I'm not a great person, but my ex was truly terrible to me, and you can judge me all you want, but I have never ever been happier, or whatever Cassie from Euphoria said. But yeah, me and Mickey are still seeing each other. The end. I'm not even mad about it. Literally not one part. Okay, you know what? The Hinge part where you were going into the neighborhood and like setting it to a mile and putting new pictures.
Yeah, that was stalkery, right? Crazy stalkery.
Some people would call it creepy. I call that getting what you want. I call that getting
Nope, creepy.
it done. I call that beating the algorithm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't judge her, do we?
No, what?
Hey,
She
she's
hasn't done
happy. Hey,
anything.
she's happy.
Yeah.
Then
I don't even
that's
know
all
why
that
she
matters.
why she thinks she got caught.
Yeah, and that's like a thing that people.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, I don't know what she said. Like, that's also weird. Is they got caught. It's like you're not in a relationship with him anymore. So I feel like getting caught would imply that not necessarily you've done something wrong, but like if you were still together and you got caught being with Mickey, but like you're not with Alec anymore. So the word being caught, I think, is being used inappropriately. It's just like, oh yeah, he found out. Whoop-de-doo.
People actually give advice for. You ever get cheated on? It also applies to guys, you know, and you really want revenge. Now, I'm not going to dictate how you live your life. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. Should you or should you not get revenge? Hey, that's up to you. That's your decision, not mine, right? But if you want the best revenge, you would think, you know how people say, if he cheats on you, you sleep with one of his best friends? They said, you fuck his idol. His
Right.
mentor, his boss, like this
But then they're
jazz
like,
pianist.
Then they're like Zendaya.
Yeah, good luck with that.
No,
best
no,
friend.
like a guy that you look up to, you know?
I look
Fuck
up to
his idol.
I look up to myself. So how does that work?
You're stupid.
You're so stupid.
So
You're so
if I look
stupid.
up to my dad,
Be it. So let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts on these? This is kind of wild. I like these. I feel like none of these, nobody was really that bad. I'm really not mad at anyone. You know, I'm supposed to.
Was anything that bad? Well, the girl who got her friend expelled, that one's pretty, like, rough. She could have ruined that girl's life, right? With the last one, that was fine. Nothing really bad happened there. The cougar, that one's kind of bad because he was a homewrecker. Who knows what happens to that relationship? Question mark. And I don't remember the other ones, so maybe they weren't that bad this time around. The one at the beginning, right? That was like incredibly short, right? And it was basically nothing.
I'm supposed to be mad at you guys. guys. I'm supposed to be mad at you guys. Y'all, come on, get it together. Be crazier. Go
Hey,
out
get
there
juicier, get
and
juicier.
fuck some shit up. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you check out expressvpn.com.
Right, so yeah, that is going to be the end of that one. I don't know if I have anything else to say about this one. We did go on like a tangent for a while, right, about people looking too similar. So at least I did say some stuff this time around, because this video was pretty short. It's only 44 minutes in. Granted, the video is sped up, and I cut out, what, 8 minutes? So this video was almost like 30 minutes, and then 30 minutes sped up. So actually this video is probably like an appropriate length for that then, 45, with how much was cut out because of the eating at the beginning plus the 1.5 increased speed. Yeah, don't think I really have anything else much to say other than, you know, happy Thanksgiving this time around, and I think there was something actually, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, but yeah, anyways, this one was pretty tame, though maybe tomorrow's will be crazier. I could have gone into some other stories, but I chose not to. Just know that my teenage years were kind of riddled with cougar behavior, I guess we could say. Which, how many, like 1, 2, well, that's not really 2, but 1, 2, around 2 older women that I was involved with as a teenager. So, like, I don't talk about that stuff because it's illegal, right? Because they're adults, I was a minor. And my girlfriend at the time as well, like around my teenage years as well, was a legally adult as well while I was a minor. I'm pretty sure that they were like 18, 19, somewhere around there, or 20 when I was like 15, 16. So yeah, that was just my entire teenage years, just older women. But who knows what that did to me mentally? Who knows? Because again, technically illegal, but not on my end, obviously. Just on their ends, it was illegal. But oh well. Again, there's no need to really get into that unless like something big comes up and I can do a big comparison to that. But again, we don't need to get into that right now. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers. I think about becoming a member, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because we're working on watch time and subscribers. And don't forget, we have a throw now as well. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and alexgkiller 880. Again, once again, happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate that. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, comment. Know the do. See ya.